Students, today's topic is adverbs. So what is adverbs? An adverb is a word that describes a verb, an adjective or another adverb. It tells how often, when and where. We can say an adverb is a part of speech which is used to modify verb, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction and even a sentence. Or we can say an adverb always answers the question. Commonly, adverbs are formed from adjectives. Some are below in this presentation you can see. From kind, adjective to kindly, adverb. From happy adjective to happily, adverb. From wonderful to wonderfully. From loud to loudly. From sad to sadly. From beautiful to beautifully. From sweet to sweetly. Students, keep in your mind that many adverbs end with ly. You make these adverbs by adding ly to adjectives. But note one thing which is very important, and that is some words that end in ly are not adverbs. Some adjectives end in ly too. So, adverbs are of these types: adverb of manner, adverb of place, adverb of time, adverb of frequency, adverb of reason, adverb of quantity or degree, we can say, adverb of affirmation, negation. So students, I am going to explain each and every type of adverbs. First one is adverbs of time. So what is it? It expresses the time or duration of action. Some adverbs and adverb phrases answer the question when. They are called adverb of time. Like today, tomorrow, yesterday, last time, next time, now, late, lately, daily, already, early, soon, at present are some adverbs of time. Now let's move on to the example. The first example is the train has already late. So here already is what? Adverb of time, right? Next is we moved into our new house last week, right? So here last week is adverb of time because some adverbs, as I already told you, that some adverbs and adverb phrases answer the question when. They are called adverbs of time, or it expresses the time. Here in this example, last week, that's why this last week is an adverb of time, right? Next is our favorite TV program starts at 6 o'clock. So 6 o'clock, at 6 o'clock is a time duration, or it is not a, we can call it a duration, but it is showing the time, right? So that's why it is adverb of time. I am going to my new school tomorrow. So tomorrow is adverb of time. Next type of adverb is adverb of place. So what is it? It expresses the place of action. In the previous slide, adverb of time means it expresses the time or duration of the action, but this is another type of adverb which is adverb of place, and it expresses the place of action, right? So some adverbs and adverb phrases answer the question where. They are called adverb of place. It gives the answer to the question where, right? Here, there, either, neither, up, down, in, out, above, below, far, near, everywhere, somewhere, anywhere, inside, outside, etc. are some adverbs of place. Let's move into the example. The boys are playing upstairs. So it shows place, right? Upstairs. So that's why it is a adverb of place. Next example is the dog in the garden. So here in the garden, it shows what is, it expresses the place of action. That's why it is a adverb of place, right? Next type of adverb is adverb of manner. So, what is it? It expresses the method or way of occurrence of an action. It gives the answer to the question how, like fast, well, loudly, certainly, so, clearly, fluently, nicely, politely, correctly, slowly, neatly, greatly, poorly, quietly, easily, right? These kinds of some adverbs of manner. So, see in the example, the second example is he was driving carelessly. So, carelessly is what? It is a kind of manner, right? Because some adverbs and adverb phrases describes the way people to do things. So, it is what? It is a kind of adverb of manner. The second example is the plane landed safely. So, safely is what? Adverb of manner. So, the next type of adverb is adverb of frequency. Adverb of frequency or number. It tells us how often or how frequently an action is done, right? It gives the answer to the question how many times, or frequency or number. Once, again, always, never, often, rarely, frequently, etc. are some adverbs of frequency or number, right? In the example, you can see the first example is the children always go to school on the bus. So, always shows what? It tells us how often or how frequently an action is done, right? It gives the answer to the question how many times. So, it is already clear in this sentence, always, right? So, it is what? Adverb of frequency. Next type of adverb is adverb of quantity or degree. So, what is it? It tells us the intensity, extent or degree of any action. It gives the answer of how much or to what extent or to what degree. Like very, too, quite, enough, fairly, rather, almost, fully, so well, etc. are some adverbs of quantity or degree, right? As you can see in the slide, there are some more examples of it also. So the next type of adverb is adverb of reason. The adverb which tells about a reason is called adverb of reason simply. Or we can say it tells us the reason of action. That what is the reason of action? It tells us. It gives the answer of the question why. Hence, therefore, consequently, etc. are some adverbs of reason. As you can see below in the examples also. So the next type of adverb is adverb of negation or affirmation. So what is it? It expresses the sense of affirmation or negation of any action like yes, surely, certainly, truly, indeed, probably, etc. The adverbs of negation are no, not, any, not at all, by no means, etc. are some adverbs of negation or affirmation. As you can see in the example. Also, the second one is surely you are mistaken. Right? So, these kinds of examples we can include in this. So, here in this slide, I am taking some examples of adverbs of different kinds. So, tortoise walks slowly. Slowly is the adverb of manner. Why? Because it expresses the method or way of occurrence of an action. Okay? Next is, we will have our semester exam on April 1st week. So, April 1st week is what? Adverb of time. Adverb of time. And how can we say that it is adverb of time? Because it expresses the time or duration of action, right? The next one is the accident happened near the highway. So highway is what? Highway is a place, and in this sentence we can say it expresses the place of action. That's why highway is what? Adverb of place. Next is at least twice a week I used to go for temple. So here twice is what? Adverb of frequency. Why it is an adverb of frequency? Because it tells us how often or how frequently an action is done, right? So this kind you can easily find out that which kind of adverb it is.